Hey guys, thank you very much for joining again. Today, I will give you 5 tips or 5 steps on how to move to the Czech Republic that work for any nationality. So it doesn't matter where you're from, but this will work. I'm not saying that it will be easy because getting a visa for the Czech Republic is never easy. It's obviously easier for some nationalities, complicated for some nationalities, but in general, it's never easy. But if you follow these 5 steps, you have the highest chances of getting any type of visa approved. And if you stick with me, I'll first go through the 5 steps. And if you stick with me for like 2 more minutes, I'll have a surprise for you. So if you're thinking about moving to the Czech Republic, stick with me for at least 2 minutes and it might be worth your while. So let's go now through the 5 steps to get a visa to the Czech Republic that work for any nationality, or 5 steps to move to the Czech Republic that work for any nationality. Number 1, you need to have a crystal clear purpose of your stay, the reason why you want to move to the Czech Republic. It needs to be perfectly realistic, and it needs to be aligned with the purposes of stay accepted by the Czech Republic. Step number 2 is collecting all the required documents, and especially those related to the purpose of your stay. Step number 3 is submitting all the documents to the Czech Embassy, which is responsible for the country where you live or for your nationality. So either in the country of your origin or at any other Czech embassy if you can apply through any Czech embassy in the world. Step number 4 is to wait for the decision. Unfortunately, that's a big part of the process usually, but you cannot do anything about that. So just sit tight and wait. And number 5 is to collect the approved visa from the embassy where you applied for it, come into the Czech Republic, and start enjoying the life here. So those were the 5 steps of moving to the Czech Republic that work for any nationality. And let's go through them one by one right now, and I will always tell you the important parts, and I will have one surprise for you as well. First, I will comment on Ayanko So on YouTube. Welcome, well done, bro. Good job. Thank you very much. I'm happy this is useful. So thank you for joining as well. So step number 1 from the 5 steps of moving to the Czech Republic that work for any nationality is to have a clear vision of why you want to move to the Czech Republic, what do you want to do here, and it needs to be very realistic. Because I often get a question, or someone says, hey, I want to move to the Czech Republic. I want to get a visa for the Czech Republic. And I ask them, why? Why do you want to move? What do you want to do here? And they, I don't know, I just want to live there. So now, surprise for you. There is no visa, I just want to live there type, So you always need to have some official purpose of stay, official reason to stay in the Czech Republic. So if you just like the Czech Republic, that's not enough. You can come here as a tourist. There is no reason for the Czech Republic to give you a long-term visa if you just want to live here. So you either need to study here, or you need to find a job, or you need to start a business in the Czech Republic, or you need to have a family living here. Those are all valid purposes. But if you don't have any, there is no chance you will get a visa, because there is no visa for like, I just like the Czech Republic and want to live there. Okay. So many people contact us at Move to Prague when they still don't know what exactly they want to do here. They just saw either one of my videos or one of our Move to Prague videos, or they just like saw some article or some of their friends moved here and they want to move here as well, but they have no idea what to do first. So here comes a surprise I promised, and that is that this is the crucial part of the process. If you want to move to the Czech Republic, you need to be crystal clear about like what you want to do here. So I decided to give you all watching the live stream. I actually decided to give you a 20% discount, but now when I'm looking at you, let's do 30% discount from our consultancy services. We offer 45 minutes to 60 minutes consultation, where one of our visa advisors, me or Daria or some of our colleagues, will go with you through your story, through your intention, and we'll try to find the way to get you here and make this happen for you. So if you watch this video, either if you're watching now the live stream or if you're watching the recording of the video on my YouTube or Facebook, then if you just get in touch with us through any website form we have on the website movetoprague.com, or through our Facebook page, or through like any social media of mine, and you just say, hey, I was watching your live stream, or I saw your video, I want the 30% discount for the consultation, it will be yours. I will not be asking any questions. This is what I sometimes like to do things like that for my followers, because it's really great that you come here all the time and that you like stick with me. So this is my kind of thank you to you. And of course, this can be used for your friends or your families or whoever. It doesn't, if you are, for example, already living in the Czech Republic and you don't need to move here, then of course you can refer me to some of your friends, or refer this video, and we'll be happy to use this discount for them as well. Because finding the purpose of stay, what you want to do here, is the most important first step, because that will determine first how high chances you have, second how long it will take, third how complicated it will be, how costly it will be, and how realistic it is in general for you to get this type of visa. So this is the very first crucial step. And another thing is that the Czech Republic is very protective, and we don't give visas easily to anyone. So if you just go to the embassy, you have some documents and you say, hey, I just want to do this, and you are not really like passionate about it, you don't really have any supportive documents extra than what is officially required, then the chances that your visa will be approved decrease. For many visa types, like student visa or business visa, there are also interviews where the embassy checks your motivation. Like they ask you, for example, for the student visa, they ask you what subjects you will have, how many hours, what will be your teachers, or who will be your teachers, stuff like that. For the business visa, they ask you what exactly you will be doing. Are there any companies you will be working with in the Czech Republic? How much do you plan on earning? Is it enough? How much will you be paying for your accommodation? And they try to see if you are real about the intention or not. So having the first step done to clarify what exactly you want to do and what is the purpose of your stay is the most crucial step of the whole process. And as mentioned, for those of you who are watching either the live stream or the recording, if you just get in touch with us and say, hey, I want to get the 30% discount promised in the video, we'll do it for you, no questions. That's my gift to you for following me on all the social media. 2 questions I hear. Here 14, hi, I send you email for study in Czech Republic. Will I get 30% discount? Well, if you already send that, then there is no way for us to link it to you. So if you want to get the discount, just send the message again, like, hey, I just saw the live stream and I want to use the discount, and then we'll be happy to do that. Hi, Ann, I'm glad to see you. Hi, Bulat, thank you very much. Guys, Bulat is one of my first Patreon or patrons on my Patreon account. Thank you very much, Bulat. And guys, if you want to support me, please join my Patreon as well. I'll share the link in the description of the video or in the comments on Facebook. But let's go now to the step number 2 when moving to the Czech Republic. And that is collecting all the required documents. That's kind of a big topic. But basically, there are some documents which are the same for any type of application. So whatever type of visa you're applying for, you always need to have your passport, application form, 2 passport size photos, proof of accommodation, criminal check. That's all the same for all the visa types. Family, business, student, doesn't matter. But then what is important, what selects the different visas, are the documents on the purpose of your stay. So if you, for example, apply for a business visa, you need to justify your business. You need to make sure that the ministry understands that you really will be doing some business in the Czech Republic, how you will be doing it, that it's a real business, that you have some connection to the Czech Republic. And that's often not proved only by the officially required documents. Because for a business visa, for example, the only official document you need to prove your business intention is to have a SRO company, like the limited liability company set up, or to have your trade license. But from our experience, if you only have these, the ministry will deny the application and will tell you, yeah, that just seems like you did it on purpose, but in real, you don't really want to run business because you don't have any extra documents. like, motherfuckers, you are not asking for any other documents. These are all the official documents you requested, but they will still deny the visa. So be prepared and have more documents than required to prove that your intention is real. Okay, so that's the most important part, to have all the documents needed plus something extra specifically justifying the purpose of your stay. Someone wants to join the live stream on Facebook. Let's see if I can do that, because I've tried sometimes before and never happened. So let's see. If it doesn't work out in a couple seconds, I will just continue with the rest, because especially for people on YouTube, this must be pretty boring now. But on Facebook, I'm waiting for someone to join and maybe ask some questions. But if it doesn't work out, then I'll continue. Meanwhile, here 14, I send you email now for 30% discount request. Perfect. Thank you very much. We'll join those together and we'll do it for you. Rowena, hi Jan, can we use this discount when we use your realtor? Unfortunately not. This only applies to the consultation about the purpose of your stay. But Rowena is our current client as well. No, your visa hasn't been approved yet. But once it is, we will definitely think out something for you, because you will be using multiple services of ours. So definitely we think out something for you, but the 30% discount is only for the purpose of stay consultation. Okay, so step number 3, when moving to the Czech Republic, that works for any nationality, is to submit the documents to some Czech embassy. This might sound like an easy task, but in many cases it's not. And that's also why it's super important to choose the purpose of your stay wisely. Because, for example, I'll give this example. In India, there are quotas for how many people can apply for some types of visas every year. And for example, like imagine India, 1.5 billion people living in India, okay? And there are 12 spots. 12 people can apply for a visa. 12, like 5, 10, 12, okay? 12. 12 people can apply for a business visa every year. That means one person from India can apply for a business visa every month. One person. Can you imagine how low are your chances if you want to apply for a business visa from India? Very low. We've had some successful clients, and one of them was like really, she did most of the job herself. She hired like 40 people because there is a specific date you need to call the embassy or send an email. So she hired like 40 people to call the embassy, all this, and it worked out. But generally, it's almost unrealistic. If you're from India, you want to get a business visa, it's almost impossible. So that's why it's so important to clarify the purpose of your stay in the beginning, because then we can kind of see forward and tell you, hey, business visa is not a good idea because there is this quota. Better apply for a student visa because there are no quotas at all. And then you can switch maybe to a different purpose in the Czech Republic when you already have some valid visa. So that's why the step number 1 is so important. But step number 3 is also important, to choose the embassy where you can apply. For most nationalities, you can only apply in the country of your origin. So if you're Indian, you can apply only in India. That can be pretty complicated to get an appointment there, as I just mentioned, for example, with a business visa, but unfortunately, that's how it is. Or you can apply in the country where you hold a long-term or permanent residence permit. So for example, if you're from the Philippines, but you have a residence permit in the US, you can either apply in the Philippines or in the US. Some of you might know who I'm talking about. Okay, and there are some nationalities which can apply, or whose citizens can apply for their visa through any Czech embassy in the world. So for example, Americans don't have to apply only in the US or in some country where they have a long-term residence permit, but they can apply through any Czech embassy in the world. So most Americans do it the way that they come to Europe using their 90 days visa-free stay as tourists, and then they apply for their visas through some Czech embassy in Europe. So like in Berlin or Vienna or Warsaw or somewhere else. So depends, but this is very important step as well, because sometimes it's also almost impossible to get an appointment at the embassy where you need to apply, mainly because of the quotas. Okay, so some more. Rovena, haha, thank you, Jan, you're the best. Thank you very much as well. I hope the approval will come soon. Ayankoso, hi, can I get solar installer electric job with visa sponsorship? Well, okay, I'll get to the question at the end because I still need to go through the 2 steps, and I've been here for 15 minutes already. So Ayankoso, stay with me. I will answer the question just in a couple more minutes. Okay, I'll just finish the steps. And Rochelle, I would like to get the discounts, how to avail. Okay, so one more time, guys, if you, I decided to give you, during the live stream, I decided to give you 30% discount on a general consultation, mainly about the purposes of your stay. But if you want to ask different questions, then that applies as well. What you need to do is just to contact us either through our website, movetoprague.com, or through my social media or anywhere, or our Move to Prague social media, anywhere, and just mention that you watched this live stream or that you watched the recording and that you want to use the consultation with a discount, and we'll be happy to do that. Okay, there is no discount code or anything because I've just decided to give you this discount during the live stream. So just like mention that you saw the live stream and you would like to do that. Okay, so step number 4 is to wait. Unfortunately, once you submit the visa application, then you just have to wait, and that can be sometimes even longer time than it took you to collect all the documents, because for most visas, the Ministry of the Interior has 60 to 90 days to make the decision. For some visas, it's 90 to 120. And for some visas or residence permits, it can be up to 270 days. So sometimes you need to wait like 9 months to get your visa approved. Unfortunately, you cannot really do much because the ministry first, they have their own pace. So you cannot really force them. And sometimes even if you try to do that, then they don't care. And they could even see it as a way for you to influence the process. And that could be even like not really beneficial for your application. So unfortunately, the waiting is a very, very long sometimes, but you cannot really do anything. Just sit tight, be patient, and wait. And the last step, once you get the final email, the glory holy email saying, yeah, your visa was approved, we actually received such email for one of our clients earlier today, and they were super happy. Clients from the US living in, I believe it's South Korea, right? So yeah, if you get this email, usually the only thing you need to do is to buy health insurance and go to the embassy to collect the visa. Then you can just come to the Czech Republic and start enjoying this amazing country. I'm kind of starting to think that, sorry, I have a dog there. He's doing some crazy stuff. Okay, now he's lying. Okay, that's good. So sometimes, I don't know what I was saying. Anyway, so once you get the visa approved, you just come to the Czech Republic and you start enjoying your life here. I wanted to say that watching all the governments now and everything they're doing, I kind of start doubting that this is the best country to live in the world, but it's still like, objectively speaking, it's still one of the best countries to live in the world, in my opinion. Okay, so these were the 5 steps to get a Czech visa or to move to the Czech Republic for any nationality that work basically all the time if you follow them. And now let's go back to the question. So Ayanko, how can I get a solar install electric job with visa sponsorship? Visa sponsorship is the important part, because the thing is that depending on your nationality, the approval of your work visa, the employment card, employee card, the employment type of visa, the employment purpose of stay, it can take anything from 4 months to never, depending on your nationality and where you want to apply all this. So companies are not really like willing to like sponsor people to come here, because if they need employees now and they need to wait for you like minimum 4 months, usually longer, then it's not really appealing to them, because a lot can change in 6 months. And we've seen this actually now happening with another client living in Brno, or Olomouc now, that he applied for the employee card, but before the employee card was approved, because again, it was taken quite a long time, then the employer decided that they don't need him anymore. And that can be a pretty big problem for you if they decided that they they don't want you anymore during the approval process, you can start over. So, yeah, sorry, the dog is hungry. All right, sorry. Yeah, so this is one thing that companies are not really willing to sponsor you, but there are some companies, because I did some short video about that some time ago, and people misunderstood that sometimes, but that's fine. I counted with that because that was kind of controversial title. And I was talking about how many positions are available in the Czech Republic and cannot be filled by Czechs. And it's about 300,000. So 300,000 jobs are available in the Czech Republic, and Czechs cannot fill them because there is just not enough Czechs to fill them, or EU citizens who would like to move to the Czech Republic. So we need people from outside of the EU or from outside of the Schengen space to work in the Czech Republic. But the government, unfortunately, is not making it easy to get a visa like this. So there is a website where companies need to advertise their position if they want to hire, or if they're fine with hiring people from non-EU countries to get the employee cards for them, to kind of sponsor you for the employee card. And I will share the link either in the comments or in the description of the video when I finish the live stream and upload it to YouTube. On Facebook, I will put it into the comments. This is the website where the companies need to advertise their positions if they want to hire people from non-EU countries. So if you have a chance to find sponsorship for your employee card, that's this website. If you go to the standard websites like Jobs.cz or Jobspin.cz, unfortunately, you can go through many rounds of the interview. They will tell you, okay, we would like to hire you. Now show us your work permit for the Czech Republic. And if you tell them, hey, I'm still like in India or Tunisia or somewhere, they will tell you, okay, sorry, we cannot really employ you. We don't want to. Thank you. So if you have a chance to find a job which will sponsor you, then it's definitely this website. So check the video, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and I will share the link there or in the comments on Facebook. Okay. Can I apply in Dubai if I'm an Indian working in Dubai for student visa? Yes, as long as you have a long-term visa or long-term residence permit in Dubai or like United Arab Emirates. Because for Indians, you can either apply in the country of your origin, so in India, or in the country where you hold a long-term or permanent residence permit. So as long as you have a residence permit in Dubai, then you should be able to apply through the Czech Embassy in Abu Dhabi, I believe. I am also okay. I'm with you, bro. Thank you. Perfect. I hope I explained and answered your question properly. Then Mohammed, Ohadar Mohammed, how do you know the visa is approved, please? Okay, let me just check the dog real fast. Okay, he's alive, so that's good. That's a good sign. Yeah, how do you know that your application was approved? Well, there are a couple ways to find out. First, the embassy contacts you once the visa is approved. They send you an email, or in some countries, they call you. So just make sure that when you're submitting your application, that your contact details there are like written clearly, visibly, and there are no typos or anything like that. Because if there is a typo in your email, then you might never receive the approval email, and like 6 months later you'll be still, okay, what's going on with my visa? And then maybe it's been approved like weeks ago, and you just don't know that. So that's the first way. Second way, when you're submitting the application at the embassy, you should be given an application number. I did another live stream and have another video about that on my channel. So go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and scroll through all the videos, and you will find, like quite recently, I believe I did it like 2 weeks ago or something, which is like 4 videos or 5 videos, because I do live streams and videos every like Monday and Thursday. So like I did it two weeks ago roughly, so 4 or 5 videos back, and I did a full live stream about just this, like checking the application status. But in general, you should get an application number from the embassy, and there is a website, governmental website, where you can put this number and you see what's going on with the application. Unfortunately, you can only see if it was approved denied or if it's still in process. You cannot get any detailed information about this, but it's still big progress because like 2-3 years ago, you could not check it in any way online. Nothing was online in the Czech Republic, and specifically for this type of like things like visas or anything, you couldn't do anything online. Now you can at least check the status like this. So that's a progress. It makes no sense to contact the embassy because the embassy doesn't make the decision about the long-term visas or residence permits. So they will not be able to tell you anything. They will just be pissed because they tell everyone don't contact us because we don't know anything, and people still contact them. So I would not recommend that. Another option would be if you have someone in the Czech Republic, or if you are willing to pay for this service, for example, our service, we can go to the Ministry of the Interior in person based on a power of attorney and ask about your case. The advantage of that is that we can get more information sometimes than what you can find online, because we can ask, hey, when the application was delivered, are all the documents in like order, or if there are some notes from the decision maker, we can also request those. So if the decision maker wrote there, for example, I will be requesting some more documents because this is not correct, then we will find it out before they send you some official letter or before they contact the embassy. So sometimes it makes sense to do this and go to the ministry in person and ask about the application. But definitely, like, contacting the embassy is usually useless because they don't make the decision and it often even pisses them off. Angelo, Agnello, Andrews, advance happy birthday, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's true. I'll be celebrating birthday tomorrow. I'll be 18. Yeah, so thank you very much. Okay, Gabriel. Hi, Jan. Can my wife change place of stay while I'm still waiting for visas, as I'm not yet in Prague and she's already there? Yeah. Okay, Gabriel. So I guess your wife has a long-term residence permit in the Czech Republic, either the employee card or a student visa or something, and you're moving here as a dependent, right? If that's the case, I would not recommend making any changes like that during the process. You can do that, or she can do that. She can move. That's fine, technically. But if she moves, she needs to report the new address to the ministry, and you also need to submit the new address to your application, and that can kind of complicate the process because the ministry is confused. Whatever you do, which is not like regular, if you just move something like this, then they can get very confused because the decision makers, sometimes I don't think they're even qualified to do a job like that, because I've seen some letters requesting documents which were just ridiculous. They didn't even change the name of the person or the address of the person, or they were requesting documents which were not for that application but for some other application. They messed the numbers of the application. So sometimes I don't think that they even like should be doing that job, but they often do, unfortunately. So it's definitely safer not to make any changes like that until you are approved. If you need to do it, if she is, I don't know, being kicked out of the apartment because she has a stupid landlord or something, then you can do it, but you need to be very careful and you need to do everything as it should be done. If you need any help with that, get in touch and I'll be happy to explain further. Here 14, yes, I have residence visa in Dubai since last 10 years, which is to be renewed every 3 years, but Dubai do not provide permanent residency. I have been to multiple Schengen countries over a period of time, last 10 years. What are my chances of getting a student visa, as I already have had Schengen visas in past? Yes, of course. What's going on with my voice? Of course, if you already had some previous visas in Schengen countries, that definitely can help your application. It's not like the thing that will decide if you will get it or not. But obviously, if you have never been to Schengen, or if you've been here and overstayed your visa, there are some problems, you have lower chances to get the long-term visa approved than if you've been traveling back and forth with no problems. As for the application itself, let's say the student visa, it doesn't really depend on your nationality or where you apply or how many times you've been to Schengen before, but it depends on how well the application is prepared and how realistic it is. So let me just check the doc one more time. Where are you? Dang. Okay, he's still there. Okay, so from our experience, we've worked with over like 100 nationalities. Let me show you our dog. I mean, come here. He wants to be close, but he doesn't want to be shown. So sorry. It's a Pomeranian, very cute, but he's kind of shy. He doesn't like live streams. So anyway, it's about how the application is prepared. If you have a real intention to study in the Czech Republic, if you've chosen the school, if you are really interested in the program, so you know what subjects you will be studying, if you know like where the school is located, where you will be living, everything, and you can answer the questions during the immigration interview, then your chances are pretty good. Student visa is one of the easiest ones to get, but it needs to be justified. Sometimes we've seen rejection letters just because, for example, what I remember clearly was a rejection letter. It wasn't our client, because usually people try to do it, or often people try to do the visa on their own, and only if there is a problem they come to us, which is stupid, but I understand it. It's always best if you hire someone professional before you apply, so you increase your chances, but I understand that sometimes it just you don't want to do it, or it just doesn't work this way, but whatever. So I remember one denial letter which said that during the interview, the person who was asking the questions asked about the location of the school, the address of the school, and the applicant didn't know. Then they asked about the website of the school. The applicant didn't know. So if you don't know basic things like this, then it indicates that you're not really interested in studying the school. Because if you want to study this school and this program and you chose the program yourself, then you probably know like at least the website of the school, you know. If you don't, then it indicates that you're just trying to get a visa, but you don't really like, it doesn't matter what country, it doesn't matter what purpose, you just want to move to Europe. And that's not what the Czech Republic likes to hear. So if the application is prepared well, if you really want to study and if you choose the program and do all the things, then the chances are pretty high. If you just want to study here to get a visa, then maybe don't even try. So that would be my answer. Rochelle Shell, wow, happy birthday. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I would not even think about it. I would not even mention it during the live stream, but someone investigative already discovered. So thank you very much, Agnella. And thank you very much, Rochelle. Emmanuel, does the family reunification visa take up to 270 days from your experience? And can I travel to my home country while a visa is in process? Well, I don't understand the second part of the question, but the first one, okay, Rochelle, how to avail the discount? Basically, just get in touch with us either through our website, movetoprague.com, or through our social media, or my own social media like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. And just mention that, hey, I watched the live stream, I want the 30% discount, and that's it. Because this was kind of on the spot, and I don't have any discount code or anything like that. Just mention that you watch the live stream and that you want the discount, and that will do. So back to Emmanuel. There are two types of family reunification. One is visa, and one is residence permit. For the visa, the approval time is 60 to 90 days, and they usually stick to it because the family reunification visa is kind of easy to process. You know, you just need to prove that you have a spouse living in the Czech Republic, and if you prove that, that's usually fine. On the other hand, the residence permit, which is the biometric card for 2 years, yes, the official approval time there is up to 270 days. I did another live stream, and I have many videos about like what are the advantages and disadvantages of each. And then it depends. Usually, even the long-term residence permit does not take that long. That's the 270 days are there for some specific reasons. If you need to wait for something, for example, for the main applicant to reach 15 months in the Czech Republic or something like that. So that's kind of like a backup for the ministry or for you actually to get the residence permit approved. Usually it's approved faster, but officially the ministry has 270 days. And if they want to take 270 days, you cannot do anything about that. As for traveling, well, it depends who you mean. Like if the person who's applying for the family reunification visa, then you obviously you don't have a visa in the Czech Republic or a long-term one. So you can travel wherever you want as long as you have a visa for that country. If you mean you as a main applicant, if you live here and you are bringing your spouse, then you can travel as well. But ideally, it should not be too long travels, because the ministry can request some additional documents. They can invite you for some interview, or they can just need something from you. So it's best to stay in the Czech Republic until the decision is made. But if it's some like short travel, like couple of days, like a weekend somewhere, or a week or 2 weeks or something, that's usually fine. But like leaving for an extended period of time, the same as making any significant changes during the approval process, is not recommended. Okay, then back to YouTube. Receive, I have multiple Schengen visa. I'm serious student visa prospective applicant, wish to study in the Czech Republic. Yeah, in that case, that's good. That's a good starting point. If you know that you want to study in the Czech Republic, if you have a reason to study in the Czech Republic, not in some other country, but you chose the Czech Republic for some reason, and you will be serious about the application process, then you definitely have chances. If you need any help with that, let me know. Get in touch. We'll be happy to help. But this is a good starting point. And thank you very much for the birthday wishes. Thank you, guys. Akhenaten, hi. Hi, Akhenaten. Nice to see you here. If you have any question, ask now, please, because I've been online for 36 minutes now, and my throat is kind of getting sore. Ayankoso, you should have a cup of water around you, please. You're doing a good job for us. Yeah, I actually have like this small mug. It's 1.5 liters actually, but it doesn't really help. It helps temporarily, but if I talk too much, just a bit of water doesn't really help. Rochelle, how do we book appointment for you to speak to you personally? Well, it depends. Get in touch, and we'll see. If you mention that you want to speak with me personally, we'll take it into account. The thing just is that me and Daria, we are the co-founders and co-owners of the company. So we have the most experience and most mainly most experience. So we have also a very busy schedule. So sometimes it's not possible, especially for like easy tasks. If it's something like very easy consultation, it can be done through one of our colleagues and visa advisors. If it's something very complicated, then it usually is me or Daria taking the consultation, because it's also interesting for us. You know, we've been in the business for 11 years now, so we've seen a lot. So, you know, honestly speaking, like doing a consultation about the trade license doesn't really excite me much. You know, I still like it. Yeah. That's why we've been in the business so long. So we still love what we do. But for me now, it's more interesting to have like very complicated, you know, complex cases where you need to find some solution and something new, because that keeps it interesting. So I usually take on only such cases. But if you want specifically me, get in touch, mention it in the email or something, and we'll try to make it happen. I'm planning to get my children using the family reunification visa. Yeah, that doesn't seem too complicated. It's usually pretty straightforward. So we'll be happy to help with that. But definitely get in touch. Mention that you would like to speak with me personally, and if it's possible, we'll make it happen. Zach Thompson already got admission to study in Czech Republic, Prague, CZU. Congratulations. What should I expect during the interview at the embassy? Okay, yeah, that's a good question. I will be doing some live stream about that maybe soon, because I've been thinking about it a lot. That there are, for 2 types of visas, there are usually interviews: for student visa and for business visa. And usually the interview is what decides about the success or not success, whatever, how it's, I usually like misspell this word or mispronounce. So anyway, for the student visa, they will be asking you about your motivation, like why you chose the Czech Republic, because there are so many universities in the world. Some are cheaper than the ones in the Czech Republic. Some are better than the ones in the Czech Republic. So they will be asking you why you chose Czech Republic specifically, why this school, why this program. So you need to be clear about this, why you did that. Second, they will be asking you questions about like, what do you want to do once you finish your studies? If you want to stay in the Czech Republic or if you want to leave, I will not go much into like what's the correct answer, but you need to be ready for this kind of questions as well. Then there might be questions about the program itself. So like how many like lessons of this subject you will have, who will be your teachers, where is the school located, what's the address, what's the website, for example, just to show or prove that you have a real interest in the studies and that you're not just applying to get a visa, but that you really want to study and that it's a real application. So these kind of questions, they sometimes can also ask you about your accommodation, like where you found your accommodation, how much you will be paying, what's the address, how will you get from that accommodation to your school. Again, just to prove that the application is real. Because if you really want to move here, it's probably important for you how long will you be traveling from your home to the school, because you don't want to travel like 2.5 hours like across Prague every day, like twice, there and back. So you'll be looking for some accommodation which is conveniently located, all this stuff. So all these little things will then show if you're really interested or if you're just trying to get the visa. So this kind of questions, depending on your nationality, that's the same for the business visa as well. For example, for Americans, sometimes the interview is not there at all. And if there is, it's usually kind of simpler. It's not that long, maybe half an hour. For other nationalities like Indians, Ukrainians, and other Russians, then the interviews can be pretty complicated and pretty long as well. So we've seen people from Ukraine, for example, being like 3-4 hours at the embassy. I just met with an Indian guy last week, and he was telling me a story that he needed to go to the embassy like 23 times because they will always requesting new interviews and new documents, all this. I couldn't verify if 23 is the correct number, but it might happen. Also that his interview was also a couple of hours. So it can happen, but depends on your nationality. But if you're prepared and if it's real, if your interest is real, you usually can pass the interview well. Safak, please explain more about correct answer about after education. Well, this is kind of difficult because I would say that there is no one answer fits all. It's about like how the story looks in general, I would say generally what is a good answer is that you want to get an education here because of something. It's cheaper than in your country, or it's better than in your country, or some like or it's specifically what you want to study, and then that you will be coming back to your country to use the knowledge there. But so generally maybe this would be the good answer, but it doesn't have to be like that in all the cases. So it's more about how the story goes together and about all the other questions and requirements as well. Rovena, happy birthday, Jan. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It will be tomorrow, but thank you. We're getting there, actually. It's, I don't know how much. Yeah. Oh, 8:30. Okay. Zach Thompson, I'm from Liberia. Well, yeah. Then I would expect a bit tougher conditions in that case. Unfortunately, Czech Republic is very, I don't want to say racist because it's not about the race exactly, but if you come from Africa or Asia, then it's way more difficult for you to get any type of visa than if you come from the Western part of the world, like US or Canada or even Mexico or places, South America, places like that. Safak, so it's better to make sense after all with your answers. Exactly. Yeah, it needs to, the whole story must fit together. Yeah, it also depends on the school, because if you study medicine, for example, at the faculty or like Charles University, the Faculty of Medicine, kind of if you want to stay in the Czech Republic and do your practice here, a couple things actually, couple thoughts. First, it might be good to mention that you want to stay here, but you need to know what you're talking about and why. Because you can say, hey, all the Czech doctors are moving from the Czech Republic to Western countries because they can get more money there. That's true. Czech doctors usually work in Germany and they can get paid like 3 times more than in here, maybe even more. So many doctors just move there. So if you say, hey, I want to stay in the Czech Republic because first, the school is very good. It's one of the best schools or whatever in like medicine in the world. And second, the thing is that Czech doctors are leaving the country. So there are plenty of opportunities for people actually doing doctors in the Czech Republic. So that might be a good answer. On the other hand, you need to know this in advance. And I wanted to say something else, but I couldn't remember what I wanted to say. Yeah, that if you want to stay and you want to open your practice, you need to meet some requirements. Like to open in a doctor's practice is not like easy that you just do it one day or you finish your school one day and the next day you're like a doctor with all your like offices and everything. So you should also know a bit more about this. Maybe, okay, I will need to do this and this and this. I've already done my research. And it shows that if you know that you need to study for 6 years, but you already know what you need to do afterwards, if you want to stay or if you don't want to stay, that's, I would say, more significant than the only answer or the one answer, like if you want to stay after or not. So it must make sense in general, in like the whole interview must make sense, if it makes sense. Okay, guys. I think this will be it because I always try to do short live streams. That now it's been 46 minutes, so it's not a short live stream. But that's amazing, actually. I think I've had the most views on YouTube I've ever had. So thank you very much, guys, for that. On Facebook, it's been great as well. So thank you I especially thank you for like asking questions to the topic, because it's important, and it's what makes the live stream go on and what makes it valuable. Of course, if I did a short video like 10 minutes and post it on YouTube, it would probably do better because more people would watch it until the end and it would rank higher and like I would be seen by more people. But this is important for you. If I answer your questions here, that can actually change your life and help you get the visa approved, hopefully. So that's important, and I'm happy for that, and I'm happy to be of service to you. So guys, one more time, some important things from today. First, if you want to get clear about the purpose of your stay in the Czech Republic before you apply for any type of visa, you can use the 30% discount, which I offered in the beginning of the live stream. You just need to get in touch with us through our movetoprague.com website or through my social media, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and just mention, hey, I was watching the live stream or I watched the recording and I want the 30% discount, and then we'll give you 30% discount from the consultation service we offer. So that's one thing. Second, if you appreciate my content, for example, as Bulat, thank you very much for the birthday wishes as well. So guys, you can join my Patreon. I will be happy to see you there, and I share special content for people on Patreon. I was actually working with Sandeep, I believe, who is one of my patrons there as well, and I sent him some examples of powers of attorney, and I checked some of his documents, all this for free because he's my patron. Bulat also will be having a live stream this coming Saturday, where I will be doing question answers, kind of like this, but it will be for my patrons only. So only if you're my patrons, if you're part of my Patreon, then you can join this Q&A session with me for 1 hour for free. Yeah, and there are some other benefits. There is another lady as my patron there, and I cut a video specifically for her because she was asking about like the best areas to live in Prague. And I had a long video about that, but I made a special cut for her. So I do things like that for my patrons. So if you want to join me, support me, and get some special content and special, not treatment, but it's just different there. It's a better community there, or better. It's like a closer community, not better. It's just closer. We can talk to each other like on the chat there and everything. So please join my Patreon, and I'll be happy to see you there. So thank you very much, guys, for joining, and see you again next time. So next time will be Thursday, and then again Monday, and then again Thursday, and then again Monday, as I do it all the time. Thank you, guys. Maybe there as well, what's your consultation charges? Please get in touch. I'll be happy to send you a PDF. We have a nice shiny PDF with what all is included, what's not included, and what is the price. Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining, and see you Thursday. Bye-bye.